welcome back. I hope you're having a good week. This video is going to be one that I've always wanted to do because it was something that I struggled with my whole life until I started to grow spiritually and know and learn about your chakra system and what really goes on inside of us. So if you do have problems with stress and anxiety, then this video will be for you. And know that you're not alone. Know that if you are going through the ascension or the awakening, that this is a very common, these are very common symptoms to be having. So how do we deal with it? So we'll get into that, but my name is Christina Walsh. I am a life coach and a spiritual guide. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm gonna get right into it. So how do we know that we have anxiety or stress? Well, other than you like nervousness and all that stuff. So I wrote out some notes here. I'm going to go over them. And so really ask yourself, like, do I have these problems? So do you have difficulty breathing? Do you have muscle tension? Feel it in your shoulders, your neck, head. If you get really bad headaches, try having some peppermint oil and a little tissue and just take some deep breaths, because it's going to relax your body. Do you have digestive problems? No, it's not one we want to talk about, but talk amongst yourselves, okay? Do you have this? Do you feel like your heart's racing? Sweaty palms, sweating, feeling lightheaded or dizzy? So I used to struggle with this my whole life. I was a little girl. I was afraid of people constantly all around. It was just, I was extremely sensitive to other people's energies. So I didn't know about grounding then. You know, you don't pop into this world and just know all these things. So we're learning as we go along. So do you feel sick and weak all the time? Do you have like tummy troubles and you just don't feel like you're ever feeling good? So if this is you and you are dealing with this, there are things that you can do to help. Now, again, in the beginning, I had to take Xanax for anxiety because that's all that, you know, the doctor knew to do. Like, here, we'll put you on a low dose of this. Well, that was in my teen years. That never really helped. It just was like a Band-Aid, and it didn't help me address or fix any of it. Like, why am I having this? What is going on? So really, it's been amazing to go, I don't need to be on anything. I don't need to be on anything. I know now what I need to do, and I understand why my body was acting that way. So if you're struggling with that stuff, like, please listen to what I say and know that I was there and I struggled with it, and it's terrible. And then you always have that even more anxiety, like, oh, what if my doctor's not in? What if something happens with this? What if, and there's ways you can manage it. So this doesn't affect just like, you know, physical symptoms. This is your mind. Your mind is playing a lot of tricks on you. You think one bad thought to another bad thought, another bad thought, another this, the worst is going to happen. And then it just jumbles up into what is called a mind monster. And it gets so big and out of control. And you're just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then it sends everything down to your system, and then everything starts hurting and aching, and we don't want that. It's not necessary. You can learn ways to try to control it. And I feel for you. I empathize with you because it's a terrible feeling. So for your mind, I want you to try to learn meditation. Do visualizations. You know, picture whatever's bothering you, leave. It's leaving you. Clear space in your mind. Deep breathing. Take it out and say, this is silly. I don't need to worry about it. Because if you can start training your mind to catch these things, you want to catch it before it snowballs. We don't want that. So your body, whenever I get like it's like when you're cold, right? When you're cold and you go outside and you come back in and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm freezing. And you're just like this. Well, that's the same as anxiety. You get nervous and stressed. So put a blanket in the dryer. My mother used to do this for me as a kid, and it's amazing. You just bundle up in that And breathe. It's okay. You know, it's okay. It's all gonna be okay. Tell yourself that over and over and over. Have support. Have somebody there that can help you through these things. Epsom salt baths. This helps get the magnesium into your skin, to your body, and relaxes your entire system. Practice yoga, light stretching. You want to, if you're having tightness in here, okay, we don't want that energy stuck there. Where does it go? Whoop, up to your head, right? So move it. Move your neck. Move whatever area that energy is being stuck to. Like, you want to get it through your system. Don't hold on to it. So your soul. Maybe you have anxiety because you're having a hard time saying no to people. All right, there's family get-togethers or stuff, and people are like, "Hey, are you coming?" No, no, I'm not. Because do what is best for you and your higher self, and that's okay to say no. So if you need to say no more often, say no more often. Deep breathing, calming music. Write in a journal. Keep track of like your thoughts throughout the week. What am I feeling? What made me feel this way? And just really then you can go back and see what was really the problem, and then it wasn't really that bad, was it? So you can, 4 days after whatever anxiety attack happened, like, it didn't turn out to be as bad as I had thought. And then you can try to see the pattern that is actually being created over overthinking things. So, some more tips are, don't try to be perfect with everything. Don't be so hard on yourself. Do not be so hard on other people. Everything in life is not going to be perfect. It's just not. And the more that you're okay with being imperfectly perfect, stress goes away. You don't skip meals. Don't have poor eating habits. Try to eat healthy and just keep your appetite going, because I know that everything gets knotted and you're like, I don't want to eat anything. I don't feel good. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. So what happens is when you don't get enough sleep, your body, your nervous system can't function properly. So then you're going to start feeling like you're just constantly tired all the time. So then you get coffee. And what happens is a nervousness, and your whole body's starting to go. You might feel a little bit of a boost, but it's just pouring fuel onto a fire. And you're going to be more irritable and cranky and crash. And then you become depressed. And see how it's just like a constant battle, rather than if you learn how to cope and deal with it, then you know, and you can start listening to your system. For me, I realized like I had to ground. So I keep beet juice on hand. I keep saying beet juice, because it's a quick. If I get too much head energy, if I'm starting to feel overwhelmed or dizzy, beet juice then will ground you and help you ground to your root chakra. So when you're starting to feel probably too grounded, there's grape juice, and you get some grape juice. Organic, okay? Organic is the best way to go. The cleaner the diet, the less that your body has to get out, detox wise. So instead of caffeine and alcohol, because that's depression as well, try to avoid sugars and just eat healthier. Try to get herbal teas. Have a green tea. I know that has caffeine, but it's better than coffee. There's some things you kind of got to do. There's also like calming tea, a lot of stuff like that. If I can find some links or some pictures, I'll put them in here. But just think about all this stuff, you know. And when you're going through the ascension, it's kind of that gray area people don't want to talk about. You get into that resistant mode where you know this now, and then now you're stuck in this like between area where nothing sounds good. You know that there's so much more to learn, but maybe you're trying to balance having like job and balance everything, right? And so you're fighting it. You're fighting it. And you get to be annoyed. And then everything is just black, 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 black and dark and it seems like the same routine day after day after day. And that's because you're trying to break away from your old patterns and go into your new being. But going into your new being means that you have to start learning how to operate your new mind, your new body, your new mentality. So if you have any more questions, feel free to message me and we can go over it a little bit more. I do one-on-one appointments, so you can visit my website at christinawalsh.net and we can work together. But I hope that this has helped you today. I hope that, if you are dealing with this, know that these are very common symptoms. These are things that many of us tend to go through, especially very highly sensitive or intuitive people. We struggle with this, so you're not alone. And reach out to your spiritual family as a support system. It's been so beneficial for myself, and we just want to see everybody do good and get to a level of just complete happiness and love, and that way we can bring others into it. Okay, we gotta help one another, one at a time. I love you. I will talk to you soon. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I will see you next week.